my expectation and hope is that this will be closing down sooner than later. But Israel has a right to defend itself when you have thousands of rockets flying into your territory.
Elliott Abrams is a senior fellow at the Council on Foreign Relations. He was a special representative to Iran under President Trump and deputy national security advisor under President Bush. And so good to have you here. The New York Post has this editorial headline: Biden is signaling war crimes against Israel will be rewarded. That, in short, even as he is supporting Israel's right to defend itself, he's signaling that Hamas will be rewarded for what in any other context would count as war crimes. And that, sadly, guarantees that Hamas and company will soon be back for more. Is that an accurate read, Elliott, in your perspective as what's going on today?
I think it's a little strong, Dana. I mean, the president's quote, you just had it on the screen, was a little bit weak. But so far, the administration is defending Israel in the UN. And Blinken, yesterday, Secretary of State Blinken, knocked down a reporter's question about some kind of moral equivalency between Israel and Hamas. The important thing that the administration has got to know, and I hope they do know it, is that Hamas has to lose. If Hamas wins this encounter, then not only does Israel lose, we lose, and all of the Arab countries that recently improved relations with Israel lose. So we should not be pushing Israel right now to stop, because Hamas made some gains in these first few days. We should be allowing Israel, frankly, to punish Hamas so that they come out of this weaker. And everyone in the Arab world, everyone in Gaza sees that Hamas made a mistake here and lost.
What about the Iran component here? Are they there in the background?
Absolutely. 10 years ago, 15 years ago, it was impossible for Hamas to shoot this many rockets this far into Israel. So where did they get all those rockets? Where did they get the know-how, the technology transfer? They've said it publicly many, many times. It's Iran. It's Iran. It was Qasem Soleimani, who the Trump administration eliminated, who was in charge of moving the technology, teaching them how to build these rockets in Gaza, and actually then smuggling some of the rockets into Gaza. Hamas has shown that it has capabilities now it didn't used to have.
On Tuesday, you wrote a piece for National Review talking about cutting through the misinformation surrounding part of this conflict. What's the most important thing you think people need to know about what's happening today?
I think they need to know that Hamas chose to do this. After the Palestinian elections, where they thought they'd do pretty well, were called off, Hamas decided, okay, here's our chance. We're going to show we're the leaders of the Palestinian people. We're going to show we're still here, we're tough, we're strong, not the Palestinian Authority in Ramallah. They chose to do this, and they chose to impose all of this suffering on the Palestinian people as well as Israelis. So that's why it's so important that Hamas come out of this defeated and weaker. They chose to impose this on Arabs and Israelis.
And then, is there anything last point you could make about the issue of the settlements and there was going to be a court hearing about who owned the land? What should we know about that?
Yep. We're talking about four houses in a part of Jerusalem where Jews lived until 1948, was conquered by Jordan. Jordan then kicked all of the Jews out, but they retained their ownership rights. So what they're now saying is, well, there are tenants in there who are not paying their rent or whose leases are up. There are people who are squatters. So let's go to court and let a court decide who actually should have those properties. In any Western country, in the US, this would just be a kind of, landlord-tenant dispute in a municipal court. It's being blown way, way out of proportion by Hamas and others who are looking for excuses to impose violence on Israelis and Palestinians.
Elliott Abrams, always a pleasure to learn from you. Thank you for being on today.